Wysteria, energy, twister.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and the Fairies of Britany were now on crayons, corals and gorics. Brittany has a species of dwarfs or gnomes peculiar to itself, which in various parts of the country are known as crayons, corals or gorics. It will at once be seen how greatly the last word resembles corrigan, as all of them perhaps proceed from a root meaning spirit. The nominal resemblance is not surprising. Like the Nains, these smaller beings inhabit abandoned judicial monuments or dwell beneath the foundations of ancient castles. A connacht is sometimes alluded to in Breton as Taisi Haraquet, the house of the Gorics. The country folk in this district, holding the belief that its megalithic monuments were reared by these mannequins, whom they describe as being 2 or 3 feet high, but exceedingly strong. Just as the Scottish peasantry speak of the Picts of folklore, the wee folk, the Unco Strang. Every night the Gorics dance in circles round the stones of Carnac, and should a mortal interrupt their frolic, he is forced to join in the dance, until breathless and exhausted, he falls prone to the earth, amid peals of mocking laughter. Like the Nains, the Gorics are the guardians of hidden treasure, for the tale goes that beneath one of the menhirs of Carnac lies a golden hoard, and that all the other stones have been set up the better to conceal it, and so mystify those who would discover its resting place. A calculation, the key to which is to be found in the Tower of London, will alone indicate the spot where the treasure lies. And here it may be of interest to state that the ancient national fortalice of England occurs frequently in Breton and in Celtic romance. Some of the immigrant Britons into Armorica probably came from the settlement, which was later to grow into London, and may have carried tales of its ancient British fortress into their new home. The corals are peculiar to the ruins of Tres Malouin. Like the Gorics, they are fond of dancing, and they are quite as malignantly inclined toward the unhappy stranger who may stumble into their ring. The castle of Morlaix, too, is haunted by Gorics, not more than 2, or even a foot high, who dwell beneath in its holes in the ground. They possess treasures as great as those of the gnomes of Norway or Germany, and these they will sometimes bestow on lucky mortals, who are permitted, however, to take but one handful. If a person should attempt to seize more, the whole of the money vanishes, and the offender's ears are soundly boxed by invisible hands. The night washers, Eotunias nos, are evil spirits who appear at night on the banks of streams and call the passers-by to assist them to wash the linen of the dead. If they are refused, they seize upon the person who denies them, drag him into the water, and break his arms. These beings are obviously the same as the Britanny, the washing woman of the Scottish Highlands, who is seen in lonely places beside a pool or stream, washing the linen of those who will shortly die. In Skye, she is said to be short of stature. If anyone catches her, she tells all that will befall him in afterlife. In Perthshire, she is represented as small and round and dressed in a green, pretty gown. Easy on the eyes, but a very not so nice person to meet, let's say. The twist, the district of Morlaix. The peasants are terribly afraid of beings they call tourists. They are large, black, and fearsome. Unlike the Highland Orisk, who haunt the desert moors and glens, The Tuesta, Pulit, appear in the likeness of some domestic animal. In the district of Vans, it encountered as a colossal spirit called Tus or Bugnus, who appears clothed in white between midnight and 2 in the morning. His office is to rescue victims from the devil, and should he spread his mouth over them, they are secure from the father of evil. The Deux Saint-Gaules are mentioned by Saint Augustine, who regarded them as incubi, and by Isidore of Seville, and in the name we may perhaps discover the origin of our expression, which is the deuce. When you say deuce, it's apparently something to do with these beings' names anyway. So then there's the Nicole. The Nicole is a spirit of modern creation who torments the honest fishermen of the bay Saint Bruic and Saint Malo. Just as they are about to draw in their nets, this mischievous spirit leaps around them, freeing the fish, or he will loosen a boat's anchor so that it will drift onto the sandbank. He may divide the cable, which holds the anchor to the vessel, and cause endless trouble. This spirit received its name from an officer who commanded a battalion of fishermen conscripts, and who, from his intense severity, the general reputation as a martinet, obtained a bad reputation among the sea-faring population. Now, though in our language, English, it would be the Nicole, you can take that from the French language as well, because, it is French of origin, and it could even be Nicolas, Nicolai, but it's Nicole, which is Nicole in English, but I do think it's Nicolai or something like that in their language. I know it's different in their language than what we pronounce it, but looking at the spelling, that's where it is. So that's the next part of the Faeries of Britany. Some interesting characters, though they do sound very similar to other ones like the Nicole or Nicolai, however you want to pronounce it. Sounds like a mer type person, So they do have very much the same sort of features and similarities, but they're just called different names, that's all. Thank you for listening, and many blessings.
Wysteria, energy, twister.